Hello students, coming to trigonometric chapter, exercise 8.3, sixth problem. If A, B and C are interior angles of a triangle ABC, show that sine of B plus C by 2 is equal to cos of A by 2. So we need to prove that sine of B plus C by 2 is equal to cos A by 2. So I am going to take my sine of B plus C by 2 now. Sine of B plus C by 2. In the problem, he has given that A, B, C are interior angles of a triangle ABC. So, by angle sum property, of a triangle, we know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. If I want to get my angle B plus angle C, I want to take this to the other side. So it becomes angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 minus of angle A. When B plus C is divided by 2, my right hand side also will be divided by 2. So, my angle B plus angle C divided by 2 is equal to, so 180 by 2 it becomes 90 minus of angle A by 2, so angle A by 2. So, B plus angle C divided by 2 is equal to 90 minus A by 2. I am going to substitute the value of angle B plus C by 2 in the problem. Instead of B plus C by 2, I am writing this as 90 minus A by 2. So now, using my complementary angle, sine of 90 minus theta, so this complementary function sine 90 minus theta, which will become cos of A by 2. So, sine of 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Sine of 90 minus A by 2 becomes cos A by 2. Hence, verified. Now, we are going to see the topic trigonometric identities. So, where you have three identities for this trigonometric function. So, you have the first identity, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Second identity, secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. Third identity, cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. We are going to use these three identities in solving the problem in exercise 8.4. Exercise 8.4, first problem, express the trigonometric ratios sin A, secant A and tan A in terms of cot A. So, we want to represent sin A, secant A and tan A in terms of cot A. So, we are going to replace the function sin A as cot A, secant A as cot A and tan A as cot A. So, the first function sin A. So, sin A is equal to the reciprocal of cosecant A. So, where cosecant A can be found out by using the identity cosecant squared A minus cot squared A is equal to 1. Cosecant squared A is equal to, bringing my minus cot squared A to the other side, it becomes 1 plus cot squared A. So, I got cosecant squared A is equal to 1 plus cot squared A through my identity. So, I want to find the value for cosecant A. So cosecant A is equal to square root of 1 plus cot squared A. So I am going to write cosecant A value in the problem. So which is equal to 1 by square root of 1 plus cot squared A. So my sin A can be represented as 1 by square root of 1 plus cot squared A. The second function is secant A. I want to represent secant A in terms of cot A. So secant A, first I want to write my secant A from my identity secant squared A minus tan squared A is equal to 1. So where secant squared A is equal to 1 minus tan squared A goes that side, it becomes plus tan squared A. So if I want to get my secant A is equal to square root of 1 plus tan squared A. So I got my secant A as square root of 1 plus tan squared A through my identity secant squared A minus tan squared A is equal to 1. Now I am going to write the value of secant A in my problem. Secant A is equal to square root of 1 plus tan squared A. But I want to represent my secant A in terms of cot A. So I am writing my tan A as 1 by cot A. So which is equal to square root of 1 plus tan squared A becomes the reciprocal of cot squared A. Now taking LCM here, I will get cot squared A plus 1 by denominator cot squared A. Hence secant A can be represented as square root of cot squared A plus 1 by cot squared A. Square root of cot squared A plus 1 by cot squared A. Now third one, I want to represent my tan A in terms of cot A. So we know that cot A is the reciprocal of tan A. So tan A can be represented as 1 by cot A. Exercise 8.4, second problem. Write all other trigonometric ratios of angle A in terms of secant A. So I want to find out the ratio sine in terms of secant A, cos A in terms of secant A, similarly tan A, cosecant A and cot A. So all these ratios in terms of secant A. So first case I am finding for sine A. So I am going to show that sine A can be represented in terms of secant A. So sine A is equal to the reciprocal of cosecant A. So cosecant A can be got from the identity cosecant squared A minus cot squared A, which is equal to 1. Cosecant squared A is equal to 1 plus cot squared A, bringing minus cot squared A to that side, it becomes plus cot squared A. So cosecant A is equal to square root of 1 plus cot squared A. So now I am going to write cosecant A as square root of 1 plus cos squared A in my problem. So 1 by, in place of cosecant A, I am writing it as 1 plus cot squared A. So where I am going to represent my cot A as 1 by tan A. So cot squared A as 1 by tan squared A. So 1 by square root of 1 plus 1 by tan squared A. Where if I take LCM here, this becomes 1 by square root of, multiplying here, it becomes tan squared A plus 1 by tan squared A. So now in the denominator you have square root of tan squared A plus 1 by tan squared A. So this remembers the trigonometric identity formula secant squared A minus tan squared A is equal to 1, where my secant squared A is equal to 1 plus tan squared A. So I am going to write 1 plus tan squared A as secant squared A in this problem. So which is equal to 1 by square root of tan squared A plus 1 becomes secant squared A. Already we have tan squared A by tan squared A. Removing the square root, the power 2 will go off. So you will get 1 by secant A by tan A. So which is equal to, this tan A goes to the numerator. It becomes tan A by secant A. So where from the identity I get secant squared A minus tan squared A is equal to 1. So secant squared A minus 1 is equal to tan squared A. So my tan A is equal to square root of secant squared A minus 1 by secant A. Hence I represent my sin A is equal to square root of secant squared A minus 1 by secant A. Sin A can be represented as square root of secant squared A minus 1 by secant A. Now I want to find the second function cos A in terms of secant A. So where cos A, we know that it is a reciprocal of secant A. Thus I expressed cos A in terms of secant A. Now going for tan A. So where tan A can be represented as square root of tan squared A. So this can be written as square root of tan squared A, where for tan squared A I can use my identity secant squared A minus tan squared A is equal to 1. If I want to get my tan squared A, plus 1 comes this side. So I get secant squared A minus 1 is equal to tan squared A. So I am going to replace my tan squared A as secant squared A minus 1 in the problem. So which is equal to square root of tan squared A can be represented as secant squared A minus 1. So hence tan A can be represented as square root of secant squared A minus 1. Hence tan A is represented in terms of secant A. Now coming to cot A. Cot A will be the reciprocal of tan A, where I got tan A as square root of secant squared A minus 1. So cot A is equal to 1 by square root of secant squared A minus 1. So now the last one, cosecant A. So cosecant A has to be represented in terms of secant A. Cosecant A is equal to reciprocal of sin A. So sin A, I got sin A as square root of secant squared A minus 1 by secant A. Substituting the value of sin A here, I will get 1 by, in place of sin A, I am writing it as secant squared A minus 1 by secant A, where my secant A goes to the numerator. So it becomes secant A by square root of secant squared A minus 1. Hence cosecant A can be represented in terms of secant A. Thus, all these 5 ratios are represented in terms of secant A. Hence the proof.